you guys feels like you're all in a good spot for creativity. So let me explain what this process
Ugh,
looks like. Where you that
I'm so sorry.
yeah.
Why would you do this to me?
Did you hear that he's making a new one?
Yes.
He's doing the Ilium. Um,
Yeah.
so
I want to point out I put it to where when you click on it, it's the waiting part.
oh ha ha.
Mm.
So anyways, this
Sorry.
Amazing.
process is a little bit like are any of you familiar with the improv storytelling of everyone says one word and you come up with a story?
I've heard of it.
Not entirely.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
This
I've
is
seen that before.
similar to that. Do you remember
Mm.
the statement that we read last at the beginning of the first adventure? Um, it's the story of this person sent us this email. Here's what it read. You
Mhm.
guys are
Mm.
going to be
Okay.
making that. Each of you is
Mm.
going to be saying a couple of sentences, and then the next person in line is going to say a couple more until you have this statement of someone got a message to us somehow
Mm.
explaining this thing that we now need to investigate.
Mhm. That's fine.
Okay.
Ooze.
Ooze,
Yes.
damn ooze, ooze.
Now, so who would like to go first? Technically, you are considered the author.
Bartholomew.
So so how does one start this? That's the question.
But once someone raises their hand or says that they want to go first, I'm going to explain what the first step of this is.
Mhm.
Okay, well then I volunteer.
Okay. So you are going to it I would request that we have this written down somewhere, so maybe into the Discord, because if we come
Oh,
back in a
great
couple
note
weeks, you're not going to remember
taker.
this. Sure. Um, you, Dev, are going to create the character that is telling this statement. You don't need to do this as in depth as what we did when we created our player characters. All we need is a name and a background. Uh, what their name is and what they do. Give them a little bit of personality. Tell maybe two or three sentences from them.
Okay. Um
This is the opening of either an in-person interview, a video, a blog post, something that they have written.
To whom it may concern.
uh trying to find we don't want this to be funny. We want this to be serious, right?
It doesn't have to be serious. We can make it funny and have it get serious.
Mhm.
Okay.
Think
Uh
X, think
I'll
Ridiculous.
I'll,
X Files.
I'll go middle. Yeah, I'll go middle ground then.
Mm.
Um
If you feel stuck,
mine
roll a D100 twice.
Sure.
well, that's fair. I think I have something.
Mm.
Okay. My name is Jared. Uh I am a divorced dad of 8 kids.
Ooh.
It started
How
Okay.
is
funny,
that
now
child
it's
support?
So
So you're a bard. Got it.
you're an octodad.
The
Yeah,
dad.
Octodad. And it just so happens that my kids turn into squids and I don't know what happened.
You gotta be squidding me.
No,
Just
Wait,
let me
is their mom, was their mom a, oh shit, I'm already diving too deep. Is their mom a shapeshifted eldritch being?
hold on. When we
hang
come to
on.
you, you can make that be the case.
Okay, so my name is Jared. I am a chiropractor with
Mm.
uh yeah, I'll do this. My name is Jared. Uh we'll go Jerrold Smith to make it simple. Um yeah. Uh is a chiropractor. Or no, not chiropractor. I want something. Police officer. He's a police officer.
Okay, he's a copper. All right.
He's a Bobby.
Oh
Mm,
God. All right.
And what else do I have to add to this? Do we just got to give him some personality? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you can also spark the first parts of the actual story, but you don't have to.
Okay.
It's also all right if you don't really know where the statement is going. We will get there.
Okay. My name is Jerrold Smith, a local Bobby, and I don't quite understand what I've seen last.
All right. That's great. Um, Cap, you were so eager. Would you like to take the next bit of this? So that was the beginning of the statement. We are now
mm,
in the setup. Uh,
mm,
the book says you're taking the proverbial reins and building on what Devin stated. Um,
mm,
give it so the character has been established. Their background is there. You're not going to contradict it. Now you are setting up the story
mm,
of what have they reached out for, or what has the Magnus Institute noticed their story about. You don't need to tell
mm.
the whole story. You are setting up a foundation for it,
Gotcha.
something for
Well,
us to build on.
uh, talking about 2D100, I'm going to roll that on the mythic chart and see what words it gives me. Uh, let's see here. 92 and 98. So 92 is success and 98 is vengeance. Oh no. My name is Jerrold Smith. I'm a local Bobby. I don't know what I saw last week, but it happened right after, and I know I shouldn't talk about this. In my line of work, this is extremely frowned upon, but I succeeded in a bit of vengeance that I wasn't supposed to. I'm an agent of the law. I'm supposed to apprehend people who break the law and bring them into the justice system. But that doesn't always work. And sometimes when it doesn't work, I have to step outside of the law. Now, what's the
Okay.
plot? What's the plot twist?
So it that
Mhm.
is so that's the fun bit. We're gonna move on to the third person. Uh, Mark or M, would either of you like to go next?
What was it? You succeeded on revenge. Do we have a reason yet?
No, we don't.
You're the reason.
Only that, yeah. Well, yeah.
So would you like to go
Succeeded
next?
on revenge. Yeah, I'll
Uh,
go next. I just
so
want to make sure I got it
you
caught up.
so you are now fleshing things out. Uh, take everything that's been said before, build on it, add some details that weren't already presented. Um, what it not specifically why the vengeance was needed. You can do that, but like what happened? What is weird about this?
Hmm.
The law got taken into someone's hands, and that is not what was supposed to happen. Why? What what brought it to that point?
Hmm. It was a drug dealer who sold indiscriminately, and his product ended up making its way to an underage drinking rave. and several people OD'd and had symptoms that were incongruous with the drugs that were tested out for.
See where this statement is going, and I love it.
Yeah, baby, we're going to a fucking rave.
Yeah. Well, I just love the idea of your characters going to a rave. You will all be so uncomfortable.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
Mhm.
we're all
This is-
autistic as fuck.
And we're going to that scene from Blade.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
fucking blood rave.
I'm imagining the scene from Blade, but Mueller and from X-Files is the one walking around.
Mulder, yeah, and he's walking.
Mulder.
See,
He's
the
doing.
thing is, Cersei's secretly a rave girl.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
Oh, for
yes.
Sure,
Just-
she is.
One of the things that you have stuck in your pockets that you just come out with is glow sticks.
Glow sticks.
No, that is 100% canon now. I'm sorry, we're making the choice for you.
Mm,
That's happening.
you have
I
11
love it.
common things. Yeah.
Just in case that we end up underground, or the lights go out, or there's a heavy beat.
You literally just have
Or all three.
Your
you just
mask is
have
on.
that arrow. It's called an arrow kit. That you can find your friends. Like you just have that
Mm.
on you at all times, just in
Mhm.
case you might go to a rave.
So
Yeah.
so this setup is set for 3 people to come up with it. I want to give each of you a chance. Would you like to add any more details?
I would,
Go
because
for it.
Anthony was reading my mind, as
Yeah.
he does. Uh-huh. One of the concerning things and the reason why the Magnus Archives is being reached out to is because not only are the OD symptoms not the usual for this kind of drug, no matter what the coroner does, the bodies disappear after a set amount of time.
Okay. All
Whether
right.
they lock the doors, no matter what, or even they even had someone staying there watching the freezers or whatever. In the morning,
So now
body's gone.
I'm gonna step in now. GM moment. I'm going to add some more to it.
Okay.
So we have a police officer who ended up taking vengeance on someone.
Excuse me.
Drug deal went successfully. The drugs are vanishing bodies. He is going to explain in the statement that he's not crazy. He's not. He wrote up his report, and now he's been put on administrative leave because he saw the bullet go through it. He's got the spent casing to show that he fired the gun. He wasn't necessarily supposed to have it, but he did. But there was no body then either. And the drugs are still being sold. And he's not crazy.
Oh, it's the drug dealer. Yeah, I got this. This is
Yeah.
fucking good.
So
Insert Blade rave music.
So- the next step of this, the last piece of this puzzle, is oh wait, no, not the last piece of this puzzle. This goes on for a little bit. We go back to the author. You are sort of the only player character in this instance. Everyone else is adding details. You are the cop. You get to now react. So we've added these details. What did you do? How did you react to this situation? What is So everyone else is just adding to the story. You're role playing.
Okay.
So go ahead and tell me, like, this thing happened. He shot him. He went. The body disappeared. What did you do after?
You are talking to me, correct?
I am.
You're not crazy.
I know I'm not crazy. I've been tested. I've been tested. They keep sending me to this damn therapist, thinking that I've gone crazy or something. But I think I think about this. Give me a second. Okay. I think he. I literally just lost my whole train of thought. Okay. Um.
You can say just being sent to the psych is it. That's okay. We're not done yet.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to add more, and I could not. Like, for the life of me, I literally just lost what I was about to say, and now it's bugging me.
Well, hold on to it. You might be able to add it in later.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, they kept sending me to the psych. But I kept on the case, and
Hmm.
I followed up with some of my own contacts, and I found him again.
Hmm.
Hold.
Yep, and we'll
So
go from there.
now one of you that isn't the author gets to come up with the twist. The in italics, the
Hmm.
book says this is you coming up with the awful idea.
Okay. The fact that
This
you
is
said
not
that,
not
Mhm.
not an awful idea of it's a bad idea to do this, but this is the moment where things take a deviation from reality and start getting into the macabre and horror.
So when I took my first turn there and I rolled on cryptic message, which was how I got succeed vengeance. After that, I rolled on another table here, which is plot twists, and I rolled a 3 and a 39. 3 is bad and 39 is idea. So when you said bad idea, I was like, oh, yeah, I just rolled that a second ago. I literally rolled the phrase bad idea.
You're supposed to be
I
playing
mean,
games, not rolling bones.
no.
Ah!
Yeah, you're fucking fortune teller over here.
Right.
Let me go get my tarot cards. We'll have
Mhm.
a real good time.
Well, what
Fucking
is
dice
okay?
predicting what I'm gonna say.
So, could you give me some clarity on the bad idea?
Just gonna sit here and smile with my like 7 decks of tarot cards sitting behind me.
57.
The book does say this part of the statement usually begins with, I know you're probably not going to believe this, but
Hmm.
Oh, I got something.
Oh boy.
I know you're probably not going to believe this, but it seems as though before each of the victims of the drug succumbed to it, they were gifted with approximately 3 clairvoyant statements.
Ooh.
That's all it takes to become a saint in Catholicism.
I thought it was 3
God.
miracles.
Yeah, prognostications, I would say, is borderline miracle.
Okay.
Is it like a, trophy system with how many kids you have, or
Uh,
It's statistics. It's statistically impossible for you to get things right 3 times.
really?
it's borderline impossible for me to get things right one time.
I was about to say, just 3?
3 is the magic number. They made a whole video and song about it.
Oh,
Okay.
Love that. I love
So
that.
they got 3 clairvoyant visions.
Mhm.
clairvoyant visions. Okay.
I love the idea too that the visions were completely mundane, but things that couldn't just be inferred. Like
Yes.
they were completely random things, but also things you couldn't just logically guess. Plot twist. I got necessary and immediate for the plot twist. But this is the part you said where things took the turn into Lovecraft country,
Obscurity.
right? Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they got 3 clairvoyant visions. Then they took the drug, or as they took the
So
drug?
so I think I'm gonna step in here only because I I think that I misspoke, but this does lead us into an interesting spot.
Mm.
The awful idea is something that the character did. It gets
Mm.
them in a dangerous position. I like the 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 drug kills them, but first they have 3 sight visions into the future or predictions that come out correct. I like that. And I think the bad idea, the awful idea,
Is that he took
is
it too?
they weren't believing him, so he tracked it down and took it himself to prove it.
And
Took
he
the
wanted
drug.
to he wanted to catch this guy.
Mhm.
So his clairvoyant visions were focused on catching this guy.
Now, if you really want to add a wrinkle, what if part of the reason he engaged in this bad idea was one of the people who died, the last prognostication they had, what involved him doing that, or involved him in some way involved him, and either he did the thing they saw, which was a bad idea, or he tried to stop the thing they saw, which was a bad idea.
Ooh.
Very Final Destination. I like it.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
have
and he's
I
already
have an
had
idea.
one vision, and he's got 2 visions
Mm.
left.
So, what is your idea? And then we have to go back to Dev one final time.
Yeah, well, this is an optional thing, kind of running off that same idea that he took the drug, right?
Mm.
He took the drug, he had the 3 visions, and he woke up in his own bed. And that's not where he
Okay.
it's not where he took it. He has a gap in time. He's still alive as
gonna-
far as he knows.
I'm gonna say let's keep that as optional, only because this last bit that Dev gets to do might run against that.
Okay.
Mm.
Your last step, Dev, is the cop took this drug to prove that he was right. He is going to have these 3 predictions. He is going to die as far as he knows, and he is going to then have his body vanish. How
Right.
did he get out of it? How did he get this message to us?
Okay, so let's just
He
go
doesn't necessarily have to have survived, but he does have to have survived long enough to written this down and get it to us.
Right. Let's go over the full statement right now, just so that way everyone's on the same page. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, my name is Jerrold Smith. I'm a local Bobby, investigator, if you will. Uh, I've been investigating a bunch of underage raves, uh, non-drinking, or at least that's what they tell us. Uh, there's been a lot of drug activity at these raves. I guess you have to find your fix somehow, right? But these are just kids. That doesn't sit right with me. I contacted my sources, and I have found a ringleader, if you will. Every time we almost catch him, he up and disappears. It's like it's a never-ending cycle. I know you might not believe me, but in this last rave, 3 kids OD'd on this new drug. They're calling it pixie dust or whatever this new flavor of chemical malfunction is. Not crazy. I saw these kids disappear with my own eyes. I keep on telling my bosses over and over again that they need to take this seriously, but they just think it's just some kids at a rave doing stupid things like kids do. Let them have their fun, they said. You didn't see what I saw. So, against my own therapist's wishes, probably against my own sanity, I took the drug myself, just to prove to them that it's a big deal. Believe the things I saw. I saw myself finding this culprit, and then I poofed back into my own reality. It was magical, almost therapeutic in a way. I told myself that, it usually comes in threes. That was my first vision. Apparently, I'm going to have 2 more, according to what everyone's been saying about this. I decided that if I disappear like these kids have, I need to send this to somebody. That's why I've emailed you all of my findings, and hopefully this Magnus archive place is where I should have sent it. I've also sent this to several other experts in drug paraphernalia and so on and so forth, just in case my story be some use to somebody. Tell my kids I love them. Ends. That make Yeah?
That is so good.
I like it.
If
We
you
were
want to,
recording that, right?
Please
yo,
tell me you were recording that.
absolutely, absolutely. And if you want to tie it into us personally as a team, Belmont mentioned his therapist. If it turns out it's the same therapist, maybe the cop snuck in, got into the office, and got a hold of an email address of another client of that therapist.
I mean, I'm just thinking that there's billboards of like the Magnus archive on like a random
Yeah.
corner somewhere.
On a
The
bus stop.
therapist is like, you should contact these people.
I know a guy, yeah. I know a guy who knows guys and girls, and
I don't know where any of that came from, but that's just that's
came from in here, not here, like right here,
it came from my throat region.
right in this, right here. It came from
Um,
the gland.
I'm so it says that I have one more opportunity to add one more intrusion, one thing that may end up popping back up in the story. I think I want to add one last detail.
Okay.
They got 3 prognostications.
Mm.
I think the end of that statement is that I didn't just see myself catching the guy that did this. I didn't just see him hitting the ground and crumbling away. I also saw you reading this. I saw you going to that club. I saw bodies. I saw, and then the letter cuts off.
And then the bodies hit the floor. The bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Can we please have that in the statement somewhere?
Oh,
Because-
absolutely.
Well,
in
I
fact,
if
in
he's
fact,
he's had one
this-
vision. Good.
this statement is not in writing. This statement is an audio recording with the club music playing in the background.
Yes.
yeah.
I love that you say that because while you were saying all that, I literally have the Blade Club music in my ears. Like, why have
So-
I never listened to this before? It slaps.
Well,
Oh,
see, and
dude, it's the best.
if you want to keep that lyric literally as written, we've said he's had one vision. Maybe part of having had that vision is him trying to stop what he saw, and sort of this fate versus free will. He no matter what he did, he could not stop the thing from happening. And so then he tells us, I saw you at that club and there were bodies on the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Like essentially saying
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
stop what's coming. And if you try, you will make it worse. But of course, that's just him saying that. We don't have any idea.
The best part is, I think I have an idea of which entity this ends up being tied to as well.
Nice.
Nosferatu.
No, I had one of a couple ideas. I thought it would be the desecration at first because I thought that you guys were going to take it that way, where things get rotten and despoiled. But no, you went a different way, and I think this is going to be tied to the all-seeing eye, the ceaseless watcher.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yep.
'Cause-
Hint,
What-
hint, the one who created the Magnus Archives to begin with.
oh yeah,
And you know what the drug is? It's the tears of the all-seeing eye. That's why it's a liquid.
Shimmer.
sure, we'll call it Shimmer. I like that.
Yeah.
I literally Shimmer is straight up stolen from Judge Dredd.
I know.
Okay. Okay, good.
I am
still love it.
the law.
That's
As
what
soon
the
as you said police officer, I was like, oh, so it's Dredd.
yeah.
No,
Got
That's,
it.
that's what
I
happened
still-
to that's what happened to the Bobby. He was like, "You're supposed to
Hey,
follow
got
the law," and he goes, "No, I am the law."
The best part
I-
is I still
You gotta
love
say it right. You gotta say it right. I am the
the
law.
I still love Shimmer for it because remember, the Magnus Archives takes place in a world adjacent to our own, so Judge Dredd would absolutely exist in it, and the people taking the drug would absolutely cling on to that meme.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking. Now I really want to make a
Yes.
Judge Dredd character a part of the
Mhm.
Magnus Archives, just
Mm.
cause.
I feel like you need to make one part of the Magnus Archives, but also you need a Judge Dredd character as part of the Bannerman.
Mm.
We should all at some point all make characters that are based on like popular media that would fit with this. Like I could see Anthony going X-Files. I'd probably go Supernatural. You could go Judge Dredd.
Just watching Dev suddenly losing his shit.
I can't believe I haven't done that before.
I know.
Okay, hang on. No, okay. So for context, I'm so sorry, guys. For context,
You're fine.
B. Ford, my favorite character, he
Mhm.
has this thing against the Adventurers Guild.
Mm.
Like the overall aspect of the Adventurers Guild. So he made his own thing because fuck the Adventurers Guild. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So now he, in his ingeniousness, originally made the Adventurers Guild, not the Adventurers Guild. It's the Adventurers Guild, which
Mhm.
then transformed
T,
into
very SpongeBob essay-esque.
right. Very very fancy the,
Mhm.
and then Adventurers Guild, right?
He ran out of
Uh,
ideas.
Shut up. So this transformed into the Bannermen, which are basically going to, I'm hoping, push out the Adventurers Guild because fuck those guys, right?
Mhm.
They're just corporate assholes with
Mhm.
a bunch of bureaucracy.
Leander agrees.
Adventuring doesn't need bureaucracy. It needs a good, strong chin and a goddamn fucking abs of steel and a good sword. That's what adventuring needs.
And healer.
Uh,
And a healer.
most of the time, yes. So before we have made a total of four different characters for all four player characters that are a part of this guild of varying levels and whatnot, so that way we can do one shots with those characters
Nice.
and just have them be like, oh, so the Bannermen have sent you out on a quest to do XYZ. And just recently we had this brilliant idea of sending a bunch of level 1 characters that we made into Barovia. So we're gonna have a Strahd campaign eventually attached to this.
Yes. Fuck yes.
And their
where's the
original mission is to deliver the banners to a outpost that we made like halfway through the game.
Mhm. Mhm.
But they're gonna get caught in Barovia. So it's
Mhm.
gonna be fantastic.
Yes.
It's gonna be a
Amazing.
bloodbath. Awesome.
Correct.
Oh yeah. They're gonna come out
the-
with a lot
so
of trauma.
the best part of this setup was the prompt for making the characters for the Bannermen, because since it is a group competing with the Adventurers Guild, since it is a group founded by a guy that got rejected from the Adventurers Guild, I set down the rule for everyone of make your NPCs. These need to not be oh, he's okay. These need to not be evil people. They need to not be evil. However, they have to be the type of person that would have been kicked out, or either because they don't know how to hold a sword, or because they pissed off the wrong person.
That's Leander.
That sounds like a Bannerman to me.
Yeah.
So, like, we have an entire guild made up of necromancers hiding that they're undead, but that otherwise just want to live their lives, and farm boys that learned how to make themselves huge, but don't really know what to do with it.
I literally have a guy. His name is Jack the Slayer. It is a farm boy who found a big sword and is just using it. And he was a level 1 character, but he was the most effective in combat. I am telling you, I have landed more hits with that level 1 character with a great sword than I have in any combat ever.
Amazing.
Amazing. That's fantastic.
I
I think
I
we just
forget-
found it. I think we just found Leander's level 1 origin story.
Oh yeah. I have no problem with you guys bringing the Bannermen into any of your campaigns, just
Amazing.
because fuck the Adventurers Guild.
Right. Yeah. Correct. It's as soon as it becomes bureaucratic, that's it.
It's corrupt. You're
Yep.
telling me that everyone gets even quests in the Adventurers Guild. You're telling me that you couldn't buy your way to the top.
Yeah. It's literal. You have to pay your due. You have to pay adventurers fees dues. It's literally pay to play.
Exactly.
I will say, for the record, the Bannermen seem to have a better track record than the Adventurers Guild do as well. They went through an entire besiegement of a tower against an army of giants and bandits, and only one of them died.
Yeah.
Nice. That's an excellent record.
Yeah.
And it was a
Now,
level
that being
1.
said,
It was a level 1 character too. So like it
was
wasn't
a
anything
level 1
important.
It was a level 1 wizard. It was a level 1 80-year-old wizard who had a rock fall on him, but still.
Oh, let's be honest. That's the way he wanted to go out.
I do think that whole scene was the giant got a crit on throwing the rock, and so we ended his scene with him looking into the sky and says, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's great.
awesome. Amazing.
Surprisingly, though, shockingly, none of my players made a Playboy bard that slept with the guildmaster's wife.
It's
No
been
one
done
Yet.
did.
before.
Yet.
It's been
Yet.
done before.
That's
It's
true.
been done
Honestly,
before, but
yeah.
I was expecting one of you to try, and none of you did.
See, the one who tried should have been a female bard.
Yeah, gender roles replaced, bitch. So sorry. I don't know where that came from.
That came from down here. That was in the diaphragm.
Yeah, that was down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pretty powerful bitch there, man. You don't want to get that.
Bitch.
That was some that came from the past. I don't know what that was.
That was a
That had
that was a
trauma attached to
Jesse
it.
from
Yeah,
Breaking
yeah,
Bad.
like- I feel like your therapist
that
might.
had-
So, I will say, session wise, pretty much done. We've set up our statement. I love how that went, and honestly, I was kind of on the fence about how this system operated, but
Mm,
y'all fucking took it and ran.
it's true.
That went great.
I'll be
mean-
honest. I still have no idea where that whole state. Like when I reviewed the state, I don't know where that shit came from. But I'm glad I did.
Oh no, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Well, and it was
mean-
like so you were role playing the character, the Bobby. We were just all the voices in his head. And so we
Right.
were
Yeah.
whispering the information to you.
Oh yeah,
You were
no,
saying,
that
Em?
was.
Well, I
Huh?
was just say he's like, I don't know where it came from. I'm like, you're talking to two writers who are also messing with the mythic system right now. And then
Ooh.
fucking Mark, who has just off the wall ideas always. So you assembled a good team for this.
And you know me, who lives life by the seat of my pants.
Correct.
Oh yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
That's right.
I was
we were
there
all-
too.
So we got your back. We got your back.
Yeah,
That's
no,
right.
yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a collaborative effort. It's a team effort. There is no I in team, but there are 4 I's in the Eldritch
other
Abomination
letters.
we're going to fight. That's
I-
right. There's a me in
I-
team.
I will say, Desk wants to extend his apologies. He thought he was going to be able to make it tonight, and then personal stuff came up, and he just wasn't in a good mental state for it. He let me know that about 10 minutes ago.
That is okay.
Yeah, that is
Um,
absolutely fair.
That's all right. We'll just have to explain to him that.
But we don't have to explain it to him. That's the beautiful thing. We have a recording of the statement.
Oh, that's
it.
right. We do.
We're literally just going to play.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the Bartholomew just wasn't there when we got the original message, so that we had to call. We called him up to let him know, like, hey, we're going to go investigate this thing, and he's like, I got that. There's some shit going on. I will meet you there, and we'll investigate.
Absolutely.
So,
Hills.
Okay.
so I have some ideas for how this is going to play out when you guys do play this statement. I have
Mhm.
some concepts of like what you're going to need to look for and maybe where you're going to go and some characters you're to
Hmm.
already, and I love it.
Hell yeah.
I need to look through the book to see if there's any creatures already existing within its pages that
Mm.
might fit for things to throw up against you. But if there isn't, I'll come up with some shit, because turns out
Mhm.
that's pretty easy too.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic.
If y'all want to continue hanging out, go for it. But did session end?
Hooray! We did it.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Great
dun,
work,
dun,
team.
dun, 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 dun.
Ha-pa-cha.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what's great about this?
Everything.
That gave me a really good litmus test for how long that process takes. Turns out
Mm.
about 45 minutes.
Hmm.
Well,
Not awful.
yeah.
Depends on how ADHD your fucking friends are.
Well, it also depends. Like, so, like, I was really trying. Like, I said police officer. I was saying chiropractor originally, but that doesn't make any sense as far as what the hell is a chiropractor gonna do? Maybe we could do something like body horror or something. But
It's
it
funny
really,
that you said chiropractor because the example text in the book has the person being a chiropractor.
Really?
fair. That's kind of crazy. That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
We're all just
Yeah.
on the same wavelength here. His father was a
I mean,
chiropractor.
The body horror I could think of is a chiropractor who's working on somebody, and they
have
feel
bones.
something move beneath their
Yeah.
skin that shouldn't be moving.
Yeah.
Or extra bones where they shouldn't have extra bones.
Right.
Mm,
I
He's like, I've been a
think there was a
chiropractor for 25 years and I've never cracked this man's back so many times. You know,
His
he
There's-
should be
hands,
dead.
1, 2, 3.
There's-
His hands had 4 knuckles instead of 3.
So
Right.
there's a story in the show that they didn't use a chiropractor, but they absolutely could have,
Mm,
where a group of people sign up for a anatomy class at a med school, and the teacher is getting creeped out by them because they keep on asking questions that would be really impressive for a med student, but they're asking them in ways that are unsettling, like
mm.
what's the pace of what the breathing is supposed to sound like?
Oh.
And it turns out
Mm,
these are creatures pretending to be human, and
mm.
they signed up for this class because they needed to learn some details that would not be obvious to things that don't actually have the right number of bones in their body.
Mm-hmm.
They went to a class
Funny
to learn
teacher.
how they went to learn
Go ahead.
how to human.
They
Mhm.
went to class to learn how to human, absolutely.
And their
And
teacher
it
was
actually
Filipino.
it actually ends up tying back to a couple of other stories that I won't spoil, but like
Mm,
the creature's name is the Not Them.
Oh,
Y-
amazing.
Your
I
your
I
first
remember that.
your first introduction to them is one of the characters disappears in one episode and reappears in another, and then the credits roll by and they
Do
say,
they?
and not Jane, played by.
Nice.
I guess I'm gonna have to start listening to this while I'm at work.
Oh no, it's
Mhm.
so good.
Oh man.
I've heard about
Uh,
it for years. I've had people recommend it to me before, but the thing is, they've never really explained to me what it was that I just needed to listen to it. And now that I actually
Mm,
know what it is, I'm like, it's fucking dope.
So,
Yeah.
fair warning, when you do get into it, in my opinion, it does take a while to get into. Just because of the
Mm,
pacing and you don't quite understand what's going on at first. That's gonna be
That is true.
normal.
It's a slow
Uh,
burn.
yeah, it's a very slow burn. So,
Kind of
like,
like
if you're
Nightvale.
well, Nightville at least had like not a so
Less like
Nightville,
Night Vale.
yeah,
Because I
Nightville
didn't listen
had
to
a
all of
its
Nightvale, but I listened to some of it.
right,
Similar
but
to
like
Night Vale in structure, but uh Magnus Archives, the first half of the first season is the guy reading all of the statements to you ends each one with him being an absurd skeptic that's just like, these people were just high on drugs. There's no way that this was real, although they did find this one weird thing.
Okay. Yeah, and I've listened
Scully.
to podcasts like that before. Like I used to listen to real ghost stories online all the time.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I actually have a story in real ghost stories online.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep. That I sent in. That was just something that my dad told me happened to him when he was younger. So
Nice. The
that was
only
fun.
other recommendation that I can make regarding the series is a lot of people had uh, conflicting comments about the new series, the Magnus Protocol. I've now listened to the first 40 episodes. Highly recommend it. Does everything that the first one did, but adds like 10 times of the production value. They've got
Nice.
they've got a full sound designer on it now. It's fucking great. That being said, there was someone paid to have a dedication message at the start of one of the episodes, and they said something that I feel I should probably pass on to you because it is both a good thing and also a cautionary warning. There were certain episodes in the series that convinced some people to become vegan because of how grotesque they were.
Interesting.
I can see that.
Anything happened to me. Love me that.
They one of the episodes, and I think the one that they said made them turn into it, turn into a vegan, was someone working at an abattoir that got trapped in the slaughterhouse and corralled down the pens like they were a cattle.